guys, Fitz from the Guild here. Myself and the others, we are arranging some board game nights coming up, and I remembered I had a number in storage. So sounds like a good time to crack some of these open, see what's inside. Game by Fantasy Flight and inspired by Arkham Horror. Let me get my trusty knife and let me get rid of some of the glare, and let's have a look at some of the box art and what's included. Decent sized box here. Okay, a board game of global mystery and horror for 1 to 8 players. I won't read out the blurb here, but as we said, they're inspired by the best-selling Arkham Horror board game. Had my eye on this one for quite a long time, hence why I have it, and unfortunately haven't really had a chance to play it yet until recent circumstances changed. Idea being, you have the map, you're traveling around the place. Replayability is quite high because, okay, if you're familiar with Lovecraftian stories and the lore, it's not just Cthulhu, there's plenty of other beasties out there. You pick a character, they have traits, you go around the place increasing your stats, playing towards your strengths, avoiding your weaknesses, taking risks, and as a co-op game, predominantly, seeing if you can save the world and stop the beasties from winning. Sure, we'll do more of a review when we've got our head around the rules and played a few games. If I just lift the lid on this, that's a very tightly packed box. Rulebook front and center, not particularly thick there, followed by a reference guide, always handy. That's probably just as thick as the rulebook. Okay, noted. A huge amount of tokens and the player character markers here by the look of it. Decently thick card, followed by these are going to be some of the maps. I'll crack them open separately and we can see them when they've been expanded. Quite a large number of cards. This is what I was mentioning earlier about the replayability. Travel around the world and things happening, good and mostly bad from memory, from what I understand of the game. Let's have a look at those separately. Looks like an equipment, and yeah, there's going to be references for some of the scenarios, I do believe. These are the scenarios. So where I mentioned, Old Faithful, Mr. Cthulhu, these are the Elder Gods, the unnamed entities, unknown entities, which are going to be harassing us, and we need to compete against. Yeah, more dice and some clips, perfect. And is there anything else in here? Is that? No, that's just some container space. I will be back shortly when I've broken these down. A closer look at one of the token sheets here with the character portraits. Let me zoom in there without too much glare on them. I'll show you some of the character cards now, but again, very, very nice detail on these, very, very thick card. They definitely haven't skimped on this. I am impressed. And here's a random sample of the cards. The big draw for me, I know I mentioned earlier, was the replayability for this. Just going through these, you might think, oh, they all look quite similar with the 3 different regions on here. Just a quick shuffle through. They're all individually written. They are all effectively unique compared to the others, and there's a huge amount of them. There are fat stacks of cards involved in this game, so I'm very much looking forward to reading the rules and dragging the other guys down this rabbit hole with me, which I guess kind of fits with the title of the game. Oh, go on then, I'll be kind. Oh, here's the actual Elder Gods sheets. If I'm correct in saying you don't actually know which one you're facing until after you do some investigation on the world map itself. These are double-sided, and each one, again, has the massive replayability value on these. It's not just the characters that you choose, it is the big beasties you go against. That one seems very final compared to the others, but again, I'll have to do some reading, find out how all these interactions work. And just to build out from that, here are half of the selectable characters. Typically 1 per player. You could, I suppose, double down, go for several if you so wished. It is playable as a single individual as well, if I remember the box correctly. And on the reverse, these are the rules for if anything bad happens to you, crippling injury or death, insanity or other psychosis. All good things happen to those who play this game. When you die, I think you lose the character, anything they were carrying, unless they're in the same region as someone else. I might be misremembering. Again, I do need to double check the rules on this. But upon a character death, you would then draw another from the pool of recruits. Let's call them that. Though you would be starting without anything else, unless, like I mentioned there is some way of saving their equipment. Yeah, rush to save the world. And here we go. This is the play area. Thankfully, just about fitting in the view screen from the setup I have here. Just a quick one. Doom track, which instantly my eyes are drawn towards the top here, and the Omen track. This is going to be how close you are to losing the game, and when some of the I'm going to call them random events. Obviously, it's not utterly random, but when there are consequences to some of the choices that the player made. I think one of the easiest examples to highlight early doors is you need resources to buy train tickets, plane tickets, and things like that to travel around the world map. If you take a loan to be able to afford one of those things, that loan comes due. And if you can't pay that, terrible things can happen to your characters. But generally, this is a very, very nice play area. I'm quite impressed with that. A little bit of a folding issue there, but I might be able to iron that out before any of the guys get here and we actually start playing this. Yeah, genuinely, it looks like you can actually keep everything on this one single area. The card elements themselves, there are a lot of them. I might have to look at keeping them separate, have some kind of holder where they can be displayed. But genuinely, that is not too terrible at all. Let us know what kind of games, if we got a choice. I've got several more of these to do in quite rapid succession. If there's any particular game type, any particular game you'd like us to look at. If we have it, we will do it very quickly. If not, we can certainly look at covering it. But yeah, Eldritch Horror, very much looking forward to playing this one. I better get started reading the rules, give the guys homework, and hopefully we can bring this to you in the near future. Thank you very much. Catch you again soon.